All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. We are so excited for tonight's team call, but we're going to start off with some recognition. So far this month, our team has helped 163, really more like 164 people. Oh, Jackie got deleted here somewhere. Okay, I know Jackie and Jen are both leading the team right now with 15 Success Club points, and J Flo at 14, Jessica Warren at 12, Lauren and Angela with Success Club 10, Laura Simon, who just had little Winnie, I guess just after midnight this morning, is at Success Club 9, Haley, Marissa, Shauna, Caitlin, Casey, Caitlin's on there twice, Miriam, Success Club 8, and then Raquel and Alex, Annie, myself, Christina, Leanne, Abby, Danielle, Leah, Ashley, and Chrissy have all locked in Success Club 5, and we have lots of people with points on the board. No doubt we're all going to help no fewer than 3 people each this month, especially with the MBF customer launch happening next week. Lots of new emeralds: Stephanie Cruz, Adrian, Holly, Michelle, Christina, and Casey Beach's husband's account. That's exciting. Congratulations. And then Rochelle's husband is in week 3 of 6 of his diamond qualification. And big congratulations to Abby Steck for locking in Ruby. No doubt that diamond is, if it's not locked in yet, I'm sure it is just a day away. So excited to shout you out for diamond, hopefully this week. And then Rochelle is in week 3 of 6 of 1-star qualifying. And Kristen Crawford is also in 1-star qualifying. So congratulations. We are really excited to do a power hour. Let me find where it went. On our call today, and kind of guide you through how, sorry, technical difficulties here. Guide you through how at least myself and Jackie and Kristen work our power hours. And it's really important for me as a new coach to find what felt good for me. And that's really what you have to do as a coach. With this is your business. You're going to get so many different examples and scripts and tips for ways that you can do things. But you have to find the verbiage, the language, the actions, all of those things that feel good to you, while still making sure that you're getting everything that's done on the tracker, that you're being a proof that the product works, that you're connecting, inviting, and following up, and that you're getting people results and you're doing personal development, but doing it in a way that feels really good. I've always been somebody like I said in my live video the other day when we were talking about Team Cup, I wanted to make money doing this, but I wanted to do it by helping other people feel really amazing. So the first thing that we're going to do, so everything is going to be you're going to be on your phone. We're going to be going for an hour tonight until 9:30. So make sure that you have your phone out, ready to work, and your tracker and all that stuff. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, and we're going to do this for 20 minutes, is be social with our cold market. I don't know about y'all, but have you ever, this was definitely me, probably my whole first year of coaching. I was very much in my warm market. I was excited to talk to people about this. And I always thought that people would come to me. I mentioned this in the live video, so be sure you go watch that. I thought people would come to me and then they stopped coming to me, and I realized that I had to invite. But do you ever hit that point where you're like, oh my God, I hit Success Club. Okay, now I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to invite anyone else because I got to make sure that I hit Success Club next month. Or you get to those last couple of days of the month and you don't want to sign anybody up and you want to wait for them to sign up on the 1st. I kind of used to have that mentality. Or you feel like I want to invite 10 people. Who's ever set goals? And I'm sure with Team Cup coming up, we were like, okay, I'm going to invite 10 people a day, or I'm going to invite 20 people a day. This has been me too. I can make big goals like that, but then you sit down to work and you're like, but I don't have 10 people to invite every day. I have the same people that I'm talking to over and over again. It's the same people watching my stories. It's the same people liking my posts. It's the same people commenting on stuff. And I think most of us do not do, if you're doing the inviting, but you still feel like you run out of people, most of us are not doing this part so that we always have new people to talk to. So we're going to be social with our cold market first. So this is people who don't already know you, who don't already follow like your stuff or watch you at all. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to a place to find people. So I do this on Instagram. I think it's the easiest, most fun place for me to work. I go to a place to find people, like a big account that aligns with your ideal customers, coaches, values, priorities, and interests, and what you already share about. If you've shared a lot about fitness this week, or you've shared a lot about, if you shared about being a mom in your post this week, or being a teacher, or food, or clothes, think about what you've shared this week and go to an account that posts similar things to that. An example be like food brands that you're obsessed with. I love Tessemae's. If you watch my stories, I talk about it at least probably 4 times a week. So I go to their page often. Please don't just go to their page because I said that. An online boutique, or if you're a teacher, somebody asked us on a power hour, like, oh, I want to start finding more teachers. Like, don't go to a teacher tip account unless you're posting about teaching, because we're trying to find people who would be interested in our content. Or you can go to a competitor who's not a Beachbody coach. Like, if there are fitness coaches who kind of have the same vibe as me, but they're not Beachbody coaches, I'll go to their page. You can go to hashtags that you use, or go to a friend's page who's not already a coach. All right. Whenever I find these pages whenever I find accounts where I start to find like, ooh, my people kind of hang out on these accounts, I save them to a collection. More on that later. But then I go and I open up the most recent post of theirs, look to see who liked it and commented on it. And then I click on each of those accounts. I usually start with people that like it. I click on who liked, I look at the list of accounts. If their profile is private, I move on. I don't do anything with it. If I like what I see, I'm going to stop and find 2 recent photos, not photos from a year ago, because that's weird. 2 recent photos, and try and leave genuine comments that could prompt a reply. And our goal is to just purely be social. We're not inviting people right now. We're not trying to figure out how we're going to ask them to join a sneak peek. It's literally just purely being social on social media so people can go and do the same thing on our account. I don't use this time to follow more people. I don't have an interest in following more people. I don't like the follow unfollow game. I don't want people to do that to me, so I just don't do it to other people. So I just focus on engaging during this time. All right, so we're gonna do this I encourage you to ask questions in the chat if you have them, but I encourage you to spend more time trying to figure it out than spending our time tonight asking questions. All right, so we're gonna do this for 15 minutes. All right, that is 15 minutes on that. Anytime you're working your business and you're like, oh, able to, I'm not reaching my goals, I'm not able to, and I don't have enough people to invite, always come back to this. If you neglect this part of your power hour, you're going to continue having those feelings and fears of running out of people, which you won't. Hopefully you've seen that there's tons and tons of people. And whenever you find an account, maybe you found an account where you're like, oh, it just looks like a bunch of bloggers or people who aren't like just normal social media users or whatever, then maybe that's not a great account for you to find people. But the more you do this, you'll find those accounts. I call them like my honey hole, where you find people like every single time you go to it, you find people who you know will probably really appreciate your content and who you'd want to connect with also. All right, now I'm going to kick it over to Jackie.
Hello, everybody. So tonight I'm going to go just a little bit over connecting and invites. So basically, I start a message thread, and my number one thing is find someone that I have not either made a connection with yet, or somebody that maybe if I'm scrolling through my friends list, even if it's like a most recent person or somebody I knew from high school, if I can envision them being part of my team or being in a challenge group, and I know like they need this in their life just like I did, then I'll start a message thread with them. Typically give them a compliment, look at what they're up to before I send them a message. So I'm not like some just person randomly sending them a message. And then also ask them how life is going right now. So I put a couple examples in here. I am not a copy paster in any way, shape, or form. I pretty much create a new message with every single person unless it's something I'm inviting to and it's somebody who's already a challenger and I send them like a 3-day refresh message. But if it's a new person I'm trying to make a connection with, I don't copy paste because it's not sincere for me. So this example says, hey, sweet Anna, thank you so much for showing support to Jason and I. It's a roller coaster, but always my favorite ride. If you don't know, we just celebrated our anniversary. These are people who liked my post I made. How have you been? I saw that y'all just had your floors redone and they look amazing. Perfect for a little risky business slide. Please tell me you've done that already. So I try to make it humorous, try to make it fun, try to make it something that we can be goofy together, have a good conversation with each other, laugh a little bit, and just like be friends, or be friends again, make a better connection. And I I did number two really, really terribly for the longest time. As soon as I got a message back, I would go back to it and like respond right away. Do not go and respond to messages until you are done sending your invite. So if you have a goal to send 5, send your 5, and then you can go back and kind of check in and message them back. But do not break that process of sending that invite. So after you get done sending them those messages, if they reply, and again, it says don't reply until all messages are sent. It's casting, you're not casting a hook, you're casting a net. So a lot of the time, and I mean, I do this too. I have one person who I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I want you on my team. I know that you'd be a perfect fit. And I focus on that person instead of reaching out to 10 more people. Like, you can't put all of your focus on that one. You have to throw out your nets. So keep up that momentum of just messaging all the people that you want to be a part of this with you. So after they reply, depending on how they reply, you can tie it into your life and what you have been up to. Because typically, if you ask what they're up to, they're going to ask what you're up to too. And then again, that's a really great way for you to share your journey, share your lifestyle. You can also even do say something silly too, just to get them to laugh. And then once you start to build a relationship more, or typically if you're posting already about your health and fitness journey, they're going to ask you what you're doing. And it happens to me a lot more when I post about it more. So then share what it is. Just have a conversation. Let them know how you started. Don't tell them where you are right now. Tell them, oh my gosh, 4 years ago, I could not even handle being in my own skin, and let them know how you felt. So an example, I'm not sure you've seen my recent post about this amazing program. Make sure you have a post about that before you say that though. But have you ever had any interest in starting something like this with me? It's given so many of these women their confidence and happiness back right now. And I truly think it could help create that positivity, not knowing what teaching will look like in the next year. No pressure at all, but could I send you any info? So a lot of the people I'm reaching out to are parents and teachers, because those are my people. They like to take care of each other. They like to teach other women or men how to get results. And they like that positive feedback that they get back from it. So that's why I message. If it has nothing to do with teaching, then don't say stuff like that. So don't copy and paste, create something of your own. Now, eventually you will get to the not right now, so that I can't. And I think Kristen's going to talk a little bit about that too. But what I typically say is this is going to happen. It happens to everybody and anybody, whether you've been doing this for 10 years or 5 years or 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, you're going to get a not right now where I can't. And whatever that reason is, try to tie it into why it is working for you right now. So for example, money is tight. Okay. And I know that that is a huge reason right now that people are not jumping into things. Actually, I think we're doing a really great job of promoting it and like turning it into something really awesome to be a part of right now. But I typically send a message that responds to the money is tight portion, but it doesn't have anything to do with them coaching. It just says, this is what I changed in order to save money. So it can definitely relate to that. Friend Jason and I were there too, but being able to take a little stress out with the at-home workouts has really helped us to decompress and inspired us to make some different lifestyle changes to help us save money. These days we're spending less at the grocery because of the meal planning, and we're feeling really great when we can put that money into savings. Joe even joins in some days too. So it didn't say anything about like, you need to do this. This is not working for you, whatever you're doing right now. But it's just, you just have to make that connection. Like, I've been there. I know what you're going through. And honestly, if you haven't, I'm sure you've gone through something similar. And then sometimes, honestly, I get ghosted, and it happens again to the best of us, because people don't want to know how it will work for them. But honestly, in my eyes and in my heart, I think it's because they're afraid to start something new, and they're afraid of the unknown. So if I don't get a response back, I usually say something along the lines of, I understand starting something new can be a little scary, but whenever you're ready to make a change, I will be there for you 100% of the way. I know that if I could do this, so could a strong woman like you. And again, you're giving that compliment. You're trying to make them feel valued and important, and that you really sincerely want them to be part of this with you. So this is how I start my messages. This is how I connect with people. I do you want, should I share a screen really quick? Honestly, I just want to share one with you. And she actually signed on to be a coach this past month, which is really awesome. So I'm just going to share this message with you because I never came across as salesy with her in any way, shape, or form. And she was the most worried about that whenever she signed up. Her name is Kristen. She's new on our team. Just want to stop by and say thanks. This is the first one I've ever sent to her. Also, please know that my door is always open to you. I'd love to have you join me in this journey when you're ready. Have a great night. Okay, she didn't respond. She didn't even like it. She didn't even like it, but I knew that I sent her that message. Hi, Kristen. Thank you for always watching and supporting me with my stories. You're like the world's best cheerleader. Just want you to know that when and if you ever become ready to hop on the Sunshine bandwagon, I'd absolutely love to have you. She responded with, sorry, I'm already doing keto. I've lost 25 pounds. I struggle majorly with insulin resistance issues, and keto is super helpful. Blah, 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 blah. She's going to be looking into exercise. We literally went months and months and months, years, having conversations. Nothing ever happened. All of this was just back and forth, having conversations. That's it. I taught 2 of her kids, so we kind of already had a relationship in a way, but it's still uncomfortable as a teacher coming to a parent to have that conversation. But like literally send her all of the things, everything. And then finally she said, yes, what do I need to do? I'm getting your card set up for you. This was in June. So we went from 2018 to 2020 and she did keto for the longest time, found amazing success, 50 pounds, but now she is getting To Be Mindset certified, has completely changed her lifestyle, has already lost like 16 inches in the past month and a half. And it's just, she blows me away. She sends me messages every single day, just amazed at what this this program and Beachbody and literally all of the answers on one spot. And it's not overwhelming to a mom of 3 kids. So it gives me goosebumps just like talking about it. So cool. But it all started with that one little invite, that one little connection message, and it never came across as salesy at any point in time, until she asked me about it. Okay. So all of these messages are, it's just showing what her life is like now. So seriously, one of my favorite things, is setting those connections and just being a friend. Okay. So you guys can go ahead, start creating your message threads, maybe pick 5 people. You can even go through your friends list, send me who liked your story, or somebody who has liked your post recently, this past week, and just make a connection, make them laugh. And Rachel, I think it was her. She said that she drove in a cab one time with um, like a, I wanted to say cash cab, not cash cab, like a Uber driver, and his one goal was to make them laugh or smile. And so ever since I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody needs that every day. So if that can be your goal, to make somebody smile or laugh, let it be your goal. Okay. So we're just going to take, I think, 15 minutes. Is that right?
We have 5 minutes left for your section.
5 minutes to send 5 messages, or 2, or whatever you can. But definitely go and check that out. All right. All right, guys, that was about 5 minutes. So now we're going to hand it over to Kristen. We saved the best for last.
All right. Hi, you guys. I am going to go over follow-ups, kind of how I go through them, which I feel like follow-ups are, if not the most important thing, they're a huge part of the reason I've seen success in my business. To me, a follow-up is like I get an Ulta email every day, if not two. But I'm not going to go to Ulta and buy something every day. So I keep deleting that email every day. But I want it to keep coming to my inbox because the day that I do need makeup, I'm going to want that Ulta email to be there. And I'm going to want to know what kind of discounts they have for me to get. And if they're not there, I'm going to go somewhere else. So I just like to keep that in the back of my head too. That, and I'm the product of a 14-month follow-up. So not only does it take time, but it takes different ways of following up too. Like voice memos were super uncomfortable for me for a long time, but I know a voice memo was what really got me to really consider the human behind the written text. I'll never forget hearing Rachel invite me to coaching via a voice memo. I don't know if she even remembers this. And just, it didn't even matter what she said to me, hearing the tone of voice behind it made me want to get more info. And I wanted in on every sneak peek after that. Even though I was still saying no, I wanted to hear more from her. So having different ways of following up with people kind of helps too. And then just having more places to follow up and things to follow up to makes it more fun. So here I've got Piper. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. I read that somewhere this week and it has just stuck in my mind. Okay, these two were stone cold asleep 2 minutes ago. So stalled conversations, which we all get. Every time a new challenge group opens for enrollment, I'm back in those people's inboxes, just like Ulta is with me every month, every season change, every holiday. Every time I open enrollment, I'm back in everybody's box, reminding them that I've got something new. Each time a program launches, I'm in there offering them the new program launch. If the conversation still stalls at that point, if something new and exciting does not catch their fancy, I go to their feed, and sometimes just liking a picture gets them to open up your messages and be like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to get back to her. Or just a little comment on a picture. A no to a challenge group. When I have a coach sneak peek open, I go back to all those no's that said, I already have a routine, and I tell them how great they would be be Piper. I tell them how great they would be as a coach because they've already got a routine. They're already doing the job of a coach. If I get a no to a coaching invite, I then invite them to a challenge group and tell them that's how I started. And that's a great place to start. And if it's a dream team coach of mine, if I don't really want them to start in a challenge group, I want them to start coaching, I invite them to a sneak peek and I follow up with a voice memo. And I think a couple days ago, I did 10 voice memos just to coaching. And 9 of the 10 of them said yes, just because they could hear my voice, to the sneak peek. And they're all in my sneak peek right now, checking that out. So changing that up for me, yeah, it was outside my comfort zone, but I saw a huge return on that. So I'm gonna keep pushing myself to do that too. Inactives in your downline. The people that keep paying that $15.95 fee that aren't doing anything. Every time a new program comes out, every time a new product comes out, I send them just a short little message and say, hey, just want to make sure you saw that MBF got released. Have you tried the sample yet? Let me send it to you. I'm so excited about it, just to get them interested in that as well. And then I keep a list. I use the Rise Up Planner, and there's a list in the front for customer hot list and coach hot list. Anybody I send a PDF to or more info to, I write them down, and I use that list daily to follow up with people. And I'm just a pen and paper kind of person, so I will the first follow-up, I'll just put a little circle next to their name, and then that way I know who I followed up with within that list, and I keep it all in one place there. And then what was my bottom one? Oh, current customers. If you've signed anybody up with a challenge pack and they did not want to be a discount coach, before their Shakeology renews for the next month, I always go back and remind them, hey, you're missing out on a big discount. Let's go ahead and change you to a discount coach. It's the same way I've got my mom and my husband set up. So those are just some of my go-tos for follow-ups. So I think we have what, 10 minutes?
15.
15? Okay. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat and I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, Rachel said she was nervous to send that message. All of the voice memos I sent, all 10 of them, I was shaking with my voice because I was nervous to send them, which means they're the right people you need to be sending them to.
All right, I will post these. I will post the slides in the event page for the team call tonight. I hope this was really helpful. We're going to be doing more power hours. Like you can hop on that VIP live Zoom anytime. But we're going to be doing lots of power hours together. And just these are ideas and ways that we want to encourage you to find like what rhythm and what messaging and everything feels right and authentic to you, and then run with it. But we hope this was really helpful tonight. Raquel, did you want to say anything?
Yes. Also, just a reminder, the last day for the summit ticket next year in St. Louis is $135, which is the reduced rate through tonight. So if you haven't got that, you can go to coachsummit.com. We will all be there. It'll just be a grand old time. Make it a priority to come to Summit. Truly, it will transform your business, and it's a great way for us all to connect as well. And then one other thing, like Rachel said, we will be doing guided power hours just like this. I'm about to post the schedule in Team VIP, but no matter what day of the week, we have multiple times. I know everyone has different work times, but I'll be posting that today so that you can see. We'll be starting tomorrow. I think Jessica and I kick off our first one tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing a guided power hour. There's multiple times throughout the day. So Summit is kind of a fresh start for the year for us. So I always say we have like half the year to end 2020 strong, but really I feel like Summit is like the Beachbody New Year. And really making time to commit to 1 hour a day consistently can really, really change your business. So we want to make sure that we're giving you those opportunities to grow with us and work your business with us. Cool? Awesome. Anything else, Jess, that I forgot? We're good to go? Yes.
And one last thing, I just saw what Jackie posted in the chat team. Jackie started hopping on a life path day for 2 months straight. Like she still does it every day, but for 2 months straight, she went from being over 3 years of being a diamond coach to 3-star qualifying. From 2 whole months of every single day committing to just 1 power hour, but doing the things. Like this really is the secret sauce. It's super simple. And anyone can do this. You just got to do it.
Awesome. All right. Have a great night, y'all.